Hi there, I'm Nika, product lead at Coupler.io. In this video, I'll show you how to connect Facebook ads with Claude and chat with your data. First step, connect Claude with your live data, so you don't have to upload a new file every time you have a question. And for that, you need a connector. Meta did release the Meta Ads MCP back in April for different AI tools including Claude, but it has a few shortcomings. The MCP is still in open beta. It isn't available to all users. It requires adding a custom connector. You're limited to only one if you are on a free Claude account. It pulls data straight from your Meta account. There's no validation layer, so Claude gets access to raw data. It provides access only to Meta Ads data. That limits analysis if your ad data lives in more than one channel. A better option is to connect Claude with Coupler.io. It connects to more than 400 sources. It sets up in less than 5 minutes, and it has its own analytical engine that makes sure Claude relies on accurate data. To get started, we need to create a Facebook ads data flow within the Coupler.io account. A data flow in Coupler.io is an automated pipeline. It connects to your Facebook ads data, transforms it, and loads it into Claude. In your Coupler.io account, navigate to Data Flows. Click Create. Give it a descriptive name, then choose a pre-built dataset template or set it up from scratch. For this video, we'll build it from scratch. Select Facebook ads from the list of sources, click Connect. You'll be taken to Facebook to sign in. Authorize Coupler.io to pull the data on your behalf. This should be an account connected to your Meta Ads Manager. Next, under Basic Settings, choose the report type from the drop-down list, like Reports and Insights, List of Ads, and others. In this case, I'll choose Reports and Insights. Then select the report period by setting start and end dates. Specify the columns to include in the report under Metrics and Dimensions. The last step is to set the attribution settings. Once it's all set, click Finish and proceed. In the Datasets tab, you'll see a preview of the first 500 rows of your data. If you're happy with the dataset, move to the Destinations tab. Select Claude as the destination. Click the Get Connector button. That takes you to the Coupler.io connector page in Claude. Claude will prompt you to sign in to your Coupler.io and authorize it to access the Facebook ads data flow you just created. Then return to Coupler.io and click Save and Run. This will import Facebook ads data to your Claude account. And that's it. You're ready to start chatting with your data in Claude. Now let's move to the fun part. Analyzing Facebook ads data based on 3 use cases. They cover high-leverage decisions users usually face with Facebook ads, where the budget is being split across placements, how performance changes over time, which spend is generating results versus silently draining the budget. But before we dive in, click the subscribe button and turn on notifications. We have a full Claude breakdown coming up. It covers how to automate your marketing campaign reports, so don't miss it. First use case, where the budget is split across placements. This is useful when you have active campaigns across both Facebook and Instagram. These platforms behave very differently in cost per click, earnings, and budget spent. I'll start a new conversation in Claude and use a detailed prompt like this one. I'll specify which metrics it should focus on, in what time frame, and what kind of comparison I want. And don't worry, I leave all the prompts in the description. Let Claude do its thing. In a few minutes, you'll get a detailed report with a few action points. It shows that Facebook CPC's advantage doesn't mean it's performing better. The CTR sits at 0.39%. That just indicates a low-intent audience. Instagram's higher CTR has better downstream potential even with the higher CPC. But for better daily budget decisions, we need more. When are clicks cheapest? Has performance improved or deteriorated over time? Which specific days are outliers? I have a detailed prompt for that one too. It gives us a full trend breakdown with anomaly detection and specific pacing recommendations. Again, I'm specifying which steps Claude should take before generating the output, and what output format I'm expecting. And it's ready with its analysis. A few recommendations. Backload the daily budget to avoid wasting spend during the high CPC learning phase. Run a reduced daily budget until CPC stabilizes to give it enough of a calibration period. Finally, let's see which ad spend is generating results versus silently draining the budget. Aggregate metrics often hide the truth about where the budget is actually working. Some placements could be draining the budget due to high cost and poor engagement, and the average won't reflect that. I'm using the prompt to score everyday platform combinations, to flag underperforming spend, and to know what to cut, what to scale, and what to watch before the next budget cycle. And this time, Claude tells us we need to do the following. Pause the costly cluster first. It's burning the largest share of the budget at below median CTR. Scale with a modest budget increase, only when efficient rows are stress tested to make sure they can absorb extra spend without CTR degradation. So with just 3 structured prompts, I went from raw Facebook ads data to a ranked action plan. It shows me which platform deserves more budget, when to increase daily spend, and which rows I should cut. It took me a single conversation and around 10 minutes. This exact analysis would take a media buyer several hours to produce manually. You can now start chatting with your Facebook ads data in Claude. Final tip from me today. Validate the outputs and use your own judgment before making final decisions. Claude is a large language model. It can't substitute your expertise and judgment, but it will save you hours of manual labor and grunt work. That's why we also have a dedicated tutorial on Google Ads and Claude, from integrating your data to chatting with it. Go check it out. I'll see you there.